Okay, so we're all recording now. Welcome everyone that's watching to week 2 of the 7 to 9 seminar for maths. This week is the first foray into algebra. We'll start simple and get more complicated. I'm just going to jump straight onto the whiteboard and we'll go from there. If you hear any strange noises, it's just my top. So I want to ask you what you think like terms mean. I'll give you a minute to have a think about it. What is a like term when we're talking about algebra? Like. So when we're talking about like terms in algebra, we're talking about the pronumerals. So X, Y, Z, A, B. It doesn't really matter what the letter is, as it's just a substitute for an unknown number. So if we were to try and add X plus Y, would we be able to do that? So can we add X and Y? That's my question to you. No. We can only add like terms. So X plus X, we could add. So 2X plus 3X would equal 5X. Very good. If I tried to add 2X, would I be able to do that? No, I cannot add these two. So when we're talking about like terms, the number can be different, but the pronumeral or the letter has to be the same. Now, it does change a little bit when you're looking at multiplication. So it doesn't really matter if it's like terms or not with multiplication. So what would X times Y give us? XY, very good. The main thing to remember here is that it doesn't matter what you're multiplying by, it has to go in alphabetical order. So A times B times C would give us what? A, B, C, very good. What would C times A times B give us? Still ABC, very good. So C times A times B is still ABC. It has to be in the correct or alphabetical order. So I'm going to move through this relatively quickly when we're talking about this stuff, because I'm trying to cram many years of maths into 10 minutes. Like term. What about if I have x times x? So x squared. What about x squared times x? Yeah, x cubed. What about x squared times 1? X squared y. Very good. Okay. So hopefully you understand like terms, what that means. So we're going to look at the concept of simplify. So this is the most aptly named simplified because it's the simplest way. So if we have my brain's having a moment. So if we have so anyone have a think about what the word simplify means with regards to this. Simplify means to get rid of the bracket. So 3x plus 12, very good. I'm just going to give a couple of examples for each concept that we're going to go through. So 4 bracket y plus 10 bracket. So 4y plus 40, very good. What about if I have switch it around a little bit? X plus 5x. Right, 2 more, and then 21xy, 3 plus 4. Perfect. So you guys hopefully get what I mean by simplify. All you do is times the number outside the brackets by the numbers inside the brackets, or the letters. We know the rules for our like terms. So if we go the other way, now it's called factorize. So take a second, have a think what I might mean by factorizing. So factorize is doing the opposite of simplify. So I'm going to give everyone 1 minute to have a think. How can we put this back into the brackets? So 3 x plus 1. Perfect. So what we're going to do this first couple of weeks, this first week of algebra will be simple, then we'll move into the harder stuff as of next week. What about, so 4xy plus 16. So 4xy plus 4. So even though the question might get a bit more complicated, it's still the same concept. I'm not going to spend too much time on this. So now we're going to look at x satisfying an equation. So we have, and again, we'll start off simple, x plus 1 equals 5. What is the value of x? So the value of x is 4. X minus 11 equals 10. What's the value of x? divided by 6 equals 4. And I'm going to show you a hack on how to calculate this. And lastly, we have multiplication. So x times 4 equals 24. Now, I'm going to show you a hack on how to calculate all of these without too much thinking power. So, if there's a plus sign, take 1 from 5, and that will give you the answer of 4. If we have a minus sign, add the two numbers together, that will give us 21. If you see a divided by sign, 4 times 6 is 24. If you see a multiplication sign, 24 divided by 4 is 6. Anyone want to check my maths while we're going? So if you've got an easy little hack there for this. So I hope everyone's checking my maths. Maths all good? Brian? Sweet. So there's a little hack there, makes it nice and easy for you. We have, right, so I'm going to say some words. That was a good sentence, that was. I'm going to say some word equations. You're going to write it down. G reduced by 389 is the same as 323. How would you write that? So I'm going to give 1 minute per question, otherwise we'll be here forever. So the question is, G reduced by 389 is the same as 323. Give you 30 more seconds. So another way to write that would be G minus 389 equals 323. Now don't worry about doing the maths, I'm just wanting you to figure out how to make the equations from the word equation. We'll only do a couple of these. So B subtracted from 14 is equal to 8. Yeah, B minus 18 equals 8. Perfect. What about if we have y decreased by 33 equals 106. Y decreased by 33 equals 106. Perfect. Okay, so that is how you create algebraic equations, algebraic expressions from word equations. So if I was to, now we're going to move on to solving one-step equations. So 2s equals 4, s would equal so 2s equals 4. What does s equal? If 3 equals 3t, what does t equal? 1. Perfect. So r what does r equal? Then these are going to be pretty simple. So the answer would be 8. Again, 3 there's a minus sign there, so 3 plus 5 equals 8. What about, what's the value of J? 9. Okay. So you guys, I feel like most of you will understand the one-step equations. So I'm going to put up some two-step equations now. Or 2r minus 4 equals 2. What is the value of r? R. So 2r minus 4 equals 2. The value of r would be, there's no cheat a hack for this two-step process. So 2 times 3 is 6 minus 4 equals 2. So the value of r is 3. What about if we have 3s minus 1 equals 1? What is the value of s? Sorry, minus 2 equals 1. Not 1, that wouldn't make any sense. What is the value of s? 1, very good. So what do we have? 3. What is the value of b? 3 plus 2 times 3 equals 9. Yes, 3 equals 9. B equals 3, sorry. 3. Okay, one more of these. Now make it a bit harder. 7 plus. What is the value of D? So, value of D is 5. Right, let's make it a bit more difficult now. So let's look at what is the value of D. Now we're into multi-step here. So 2D divided by 4 plus 3 equals 9. So let's figure this one out. 9 minus 3 is 6. So this answer has to come to 6. So 4 times 6 is 24. So D would have to equal 12. D has to equal 12. Okay. I did set some questions last week for homework. Did anybody manage to do them? Let's go through the homework questions and see how we're going. So simplify and then reorder these equations. And I'll give you a chance to do them now if you haven't had a chance. 2 minutes. Right. If you haven't done them for your homework, you've got 2 minutes now to get them done. Get this one done. If you're watching the recording, just skip ahead by 2 minutes. So we have 3 times x, which is 3x minus 3y. So can we change that around? Remember our like terms? So we would swap it around, add the 3x and the 2x. We have something like that. Now the other one, 2. So again, I'm going to give everyone 2 minutes to complete this one. If you haven't done so already for your homework. So we would have 2x plus 14 plus 3x. Now, it's all addition, so we can change the order. So the big difference between what you do in grade 6, grade 7, and then up into the senior years through grade 9, 10, is you have to show every step of your working out. So 2x plus 3x plus 14 equal 5x plus 14. The number without a pro numeral or a letter has to go on the end. So I'm going to, there's another 4 of these. So 2a divided by 2 all done. So we have 1 minute to get through that. Two a divided by 17, because they're not like terms. Here's a question. Another one. That would be what about if we had one minute to answer that? So someone said AYGB. So it has to be an alphabetical order. So A, B, G, Y. What about 4c times 3a? What would that give us? Four c times 3a would be 12ac. Very good. So we times the numbers, then we add the pronumerals on. They don't have to be like terms with multiplications. So b times 2a plus 6. And ab plus 6. Very good, Ryan. So 5 times 2 is 10. AB plus 6. That's as simple as we can make it. We can't simplify it any further. And I think this will be the last question. So this was the last homework question. 2 minutes for everyone to have a go while they're watching. Break this one up into steps. I'll give everyone another minute to have a think about it, have a go in their books. So, 5a, simplify the brackets. 5a plus 5b plus 6. Is that as simple as we need to go, or do we need to reorder things a little bit? So I need to put the number on the end. 5a and that is as simplified as we can make it. I think I might leave it there for this week. 40 minutes, 45 minutes. It's probably bang on. I don't think anyone can concentrate for longer than that. Next week, I'm not setting any homework because it's going to be a full hour of hardcore algebra. This was very much an introduction, going over probably what you do in grade 6, 7. Next week, we will ramp up the difficulty and put all these concepts together. So thank you for watching week 2. Week 3, yeah, will be algebra and will be a bit harder, a bit more in depth than this. We'll be breaking things down on the whiteboard. So thank you so much for coming, and I'll see you all you guys next week.